Top of the morning to you. So I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, getting ready to go get my morning workout in. It's Saturday morning. And I'm up at 4 o'clock. I'm kind of whispering because I don't want to wake up the family yet, so I'm going to take this outside real quick. So you're probably wondering, it's Saturday morning, what in the world am I doing up at 4 a.m.? That's a great question. It's a question I don't even really know if I have the answer, but no, the honest to goodness answer is that I used to be a night owl. I used to stay up till, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning on a weekday. This is, I guess we'll say in my younger days, whenever I was driven, probably a little bit misguided, but I had these big aspirations, these big dreams of, becoming a wealthy entrepreneur, a wealthy business owner. There are some of those aspects that I do respect, right? Like, I appreciate the hustle that I put in, but I will say that I didn't have a good balance. I definitely was jaded in just striving to basically trying to achieve success, but not success like in the family or success with my friends or me personally. I was just chasing really the almighty dollar. Thankfully, just through prayer and through good friends and through a lot of other amazing occurrences in my life, I recognize that, okay, I need to refocus those efforts. But one of the biggest things that I changed about myself was, instead of being a night owl, I became this morning person. Like, a morning person? Like, what is a morning person? Like, who wakes up in the morning? Like, okay, yes, I was in the military. I was used to waking up, whatever time we used to wake up, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to do PT. But that didn't translate into the real life when I came back. I was very much, I'm gonna roll out of bed at 7 o'clock, whenever, I heard my wife in the shower, I'd get up, I'd start getting the kids ready, get them off to school. And then I read this book, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And he just talked about how, like me, he just changed, from being a night owl to, making his morning just a part of his routine. But not just a routine, he was able to just reestablish himself as an individual, as a person. And by implementing this miracle morning process, it just changed his life. And I thought, okay, if it worked for Hal, let's see what this is all about. Now, I read this book, I think it was over 2 years ago, and I've kind of modified, what my miracle morning is, but it is the reason why I wake up at 5 a.m. or earlier every morning, even on a Saturday when the rest of my family is still sleeping. And I just want to share with you, what is my 5 a.m. routine? What is my morning routine that you can steal and you could use this to your own life to achieve success and just feel better about yourself. And for those of you that do not believe that you can transition from being a night owl to a morning person, well, I just wanted to debunk those myths today. So as you can tell, I'm a little bit more clean shaven, got my miracle morning going. And before we actually show you what are the things I do to get my morning started, I thought I might as well start with the bedroom, right? Because to get your morning started, it all starts from the night before. And I can't remember, I'm sure it was a miracle morning where I got that concept, but it's the truth, right? Like, you can't have a miracle morning without actually having some preparation to make sure that you have your morning agenda in line. And one of the things I do before I go to bed is I have my productivity planner. I also use these oversized note cards over here on my nightstand that allow me to just process like all of the things I have to do the next day. And like, that's where it is. So therefore, when I wake up the next morning, boom, it's right there. Like, I don't have to think about what I've got to do, because guess what? I've already wrote it down and I've been mentally preparing what those tasks are. And it's just these little things, right? These little things, which I'm getting ready to show you. And it's able to get those done, to accomplish them, get them out of my way. I won't say out of my way, but just get them done where I feel like, all right, I'm making some progress. I'm making some progress towards conquering the day. But that's what it is. That's what it's all about. So what are these things? What are the things I keep talking about? We're gonna head to the office now. We'll find out what those things are right now. Welcome to the office. So as I mentioned, this is tweaked a little bit over the years, but like, this is what I'm doing right now. I do every day to start my day. Doesn't matter if it's during the week, doesn't matter if it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever. this is what I'm doing. So the very first thing that I do is I read one Bible verse. And you're probably wondering, why just one? And for me, I read just one. And there are days I may read more, but once again, like, this is about just getting your day started right. You know, be able to say, all right, I did this, I'm gonna go on to the next thing. So just setting myself up for success by saying I'm going to read one Bible verse, and typically I just use an app on my phone that allows me to read that one Bible verse. Why one? Well, you know, I was doing the 1 year Bible where I was reading multiple verses and chapters in the Bible, but it really felt as if I got to the point where I was just like checking off the list, you know, like I was just checking the box to get it done. And I wanted to just start with one so that I could just really spend time in that verse and really just let it sink in, you know, allow my brain to kind of chew on it for a minute and just really like apply it to my life. So it just really allows me to, you know, just to kind of through meditation, a little bit of prayer in that, but just to read that one verse. And once again, like that's typically, it's in the bed. So when I wake up, I get my phone, like that's the first app that I open so that I'll read that Bible verse, because, you know, yeah, I can check some YouTube stats. Yes, I can check my email, but, and that's taken a lot of time and discipline to be able to not do that first. But yeah, I start my morning off by reading that one Bible verse. The second thing that I'm doing now, this may happen in the bedroom, or typically that happens here, is that I pray. Sometimes I'll just kind of just sit here and close my eyes and pray. Sometimes I'll jot some things down that I'm thinking about that are on my brain, whether to do with my family, myself, my wife, immediate family, or other friends that I know that are going through some stuff, and just, you know, just kind of clear my head and think about who do I need to pray for? What do I need to pray for? Who do I need to pray for? What do I need to pray for? And that's the second thing that I do. And that's just a great transition into me getting into the 5-minute journal. 5-minute journal, which, you know, you can watch the other video. I talked about this with my kids, you know, with the kids' 5-minute journal. I do mine on my own because I need to have that quiet time. But this is where, you know, I'm looking at, you know, what are the things I'm grateful for, really practicing, you know, that act of gratitude. What are the things that are going to make today great? And then just write down that one daily affirmation of, all right, you know, what is one thing about me that is true that I believe in? And that's the 5-minute journal. The third thing that I'm doing then is reading. So this is typically where I am breaking out. I've really got back into reading physical books. You know, I do still do the audio books. You know, I'll do that either in the car or while I'm working out at times. But there's just something about sitting down and cracking open a paper book and reading it, and to be able to write out notes or underline things. I do have a Kindle as well, so I'll read in the Kindle, but the paperback is really where I'm kind of finding my jam right now. And I try to commit to reading at least one chapter a day. There are times that, you know, I can do 2 chapters, but really sometimes one chapter is a lot to be able to get done, especially with the rest of my morning, what I have to do, get the kids ready for school and all that good stuff. You know, you got 4 kids, it's kind of crazy town in here. So if I can get one chapter a day in of reading a book like that, I just feel accomplished by doing that. And there are times where I'll read again, like in the evening before I go to bed as well. And then the last thing is committing to doing 50 push-ups every single morning. And once again, like, why 50 push-ups? First, let me say this. There was a day, there was a time in my life when I could knock out 50 push-ups like it was nothing. Now I do have to break them up. I do 2 sets of 25, in case you were wondering. So yeah, knocking out 25 push-ups, 2 sets of 2 for a total of 50. But once again, why 50? Why did I choose that? Now, usually when I work out, like if I do have a workout room here. We have elliptical, so, you know, I'll spend some time on the elliptical, you know, if I have time. We've got, you know, the other weights that I can do. But I start with the 50 push-ups because it's that one thing that I can get done. Like, that's one exercise that I can say that I have accomplished. Because there are days where I have high ambitions of getting a solid workout in, but just with the busyness of life, like, it doesn't happen. And then I start feeling guilty because I didn't work out, because I didn't do any activity for that day, even though maybe I had 17,000 steps in my Fitbit, but I feel like I still didn't work out. I can always reflect back and think, all right, well, at least I did the 50 push-ups. At least I did that, because a lot of people can't say that. They can't say they did anything, any physical activity for the day. But that's, to say I did 50 push-ups makes me feel good. I used to have it at 100, and then there were just so many days that I didn't do it. And I just started beating myself up about it. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna knock it down. I'm gonna go, instead of doing 100, I'm gonna do 50, and that's what I get done. Typically, this doesn't happen, I don't do this every day, but a lot of the days is I will go in our workout room, and the elliptical has really kind of been an easy workout outlet for me, just because I'm 40 now, so it's easy on the knees. It's a good workout. I can listen to an audiobook as I'm on there. It also allows some time for, just reflection and everything. Sometimes I'll revisit my goals there. If I'm running short on time where I can't do the physical book, if I'm just woke up late or just a crazy morning, I'll make it up by trying to listen to a book, an audiobook on the elliptical, so that way, all right, I'm knocking two things out, getting a workout in, listening to my book, getting that done. Right now I'm averaging probably about 4 days a week as far as working out here, and that's usually like 30 to 45 minute workout. So do kind of a CrossFit inspired workout. The elliptical usually for 10 or 20 minutes, then I'll do some sort of short, 15 to 20 minute WOD just to, get the sweat going. But those are my mornings. That's my typical morning of just getting my day started. And even with the productivity planner, it only allows you to write like your most important task for the day. So obviously if I wrote pray, read, 50 push-ups, like that really wouldn't seem fitting. So that's really where the index cards come into play. Like it's forcing me to, like, I write down, even though I do them every day, it's just that habit of forcing myself to do it. And also too, like, at least for me, there is great satisfaction in crossing it off the list of knowing that I completed it and I did it. There's power in that. There's power in that. And that's what's so powerful. And that's why I love Hal Elrod's book, The Miracle Morning, because man, there's power in that. There's power in starting your day with intention, with purpose. And it just puts you in such a different mindset, and a more positive mindset, a more productive mindset. But this is your turn. Right now, I want to hear from you. Do you have a morning routine? What are the things that you want to accomplish in the morning? Are you like the old me that you stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning, hustling, doing the entrepreneur thing, and then just kind of roll out of bed? I think of myself as at a time where maybe I was more productive then, because my kids were younger, didn't have as many kids, so there was a lot of late nights. But man, even though I don't do any work in the evenings now, I still feel like doing this morning routine, it just makes me so much more productive, that even the times that I was up till 3 or 4 in the morning, working on the blog, working on the business, and just doing that. So it's amazing, like, what a mindset shift will do just by changing something like that. Just changing something as simple as doing a miracle morning to start your day. Anyway, I'm rambling, I'm done. Let me know what your morning routine is in the comments below. I want to hear from you. What is the first thing that you do that you start your day off? I want to know. Share it below. If you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. This is Jeff Rose reminding you, it's your money, it's your life, and wake up early and do something awesome. Peace out. Take care.